Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Granted Gardens. It is Friday, Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. Melissa's out doing some Black Friday shopping, and I'm home with the dogs, and I think that we should try to do something a little creative. So today we're going to make apple cider vinegar. I've never made this before, so if y'all are watching, we're all in this together as an experiment, and I'll try to add as we go the extra process afterwards. But right now we're just going to cover the basics on how to start it. Alright, so what you're going to need is a 1-quart jar, 3 apples, some purified water, a knife, measuring device, honey, or sugar, not both, just one or the other. I've already went ahead and cut up 2.5 apples. There are Golden Delicious and Granny Smith in there. I hear that if you use a tart apple with the sweet ones, you'll get a more robust vinegar. So I went ahead and added those. They call for 3 per quart, but 2 of my Golden Delicious apples were actually quite large. So we just ended up using 2.5, and we have this little extra guy for snacks. So once you have this, what you'll do is you'll fill it up with the water. You'll leave a little bit of headspace. It's not going to expand or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about that. But we're going to make sure that we can at least cover all the apples. So we'll stop about there. It's almost to like the bridge, but that's okay. And then we just need to add some honey. It calls for 1 teaspoon per apple. So since we used 2.5 and we're using honey instead of sugar, we're going to probably end up adding 1 and a little under a half teaspoon of the honey. I went ahead and added my honey. We did a little under 1.5, like I said, and we're just gonna kind of get in there and stir it up a bit. Now I am noticing that it says, well, we've done a lot of fermentation type stuff, and I know that you're not supposed to have stuff that is exposed out of the water. If it's out of the water, that means the chance of it rotting instead of fermenting is much, much higher. So what we'll probably end up doing is adding a couple of these guys. We use these for the regular quart size jars, but I figure I can get a couple of those and kind of weigh them down to the bottom. Alright, so I mixed up the honey and I added one of the quart size jar fermenting weights on top, and it seems to have done the job perfectly to hold them down. So that's going to be a big help. Now the next step is just going to be to cover this just with cheesecloth, or what I'm going to be using is a coffee filter and a rubber band. Don't need to fix what's not broken. It certainly looks pretty. So we'll go ahead and seal this up, and once all of the apples have dropped to the bottom, that's when you know you can take the apples out because they're no longer needed in the fermentation process, and then it'll be a couple weeks even after that. So like I said, we are going to go ahead and put this away in a dark place. No light, indirect light is okay. You want somewhere warm. I hear about 70 is what you need to keep it at. And as this project progresses, I will be sure to add extra videos, maybe some pictures to show you what it's doing. And if it works out for me, I know it'll work out for you. Thanks for hanging out with me today on this Black Friday, and we hope to share more with you soon.